Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into a massive new partnership that's making waves. And this isn't just about a big pile of cash changing hands, no. This is about fundamentally rewriting the rulebook for how the tech of the future gets designed. So how significant is this, really? Well, you don't have to take my word for it. Let's just go straight to the top. The CEO of Nvidia, Jensen Huang, he didn't mince words at all. He called it a huge deal. You know, that right there tells you we're looking at something way beyond just a simple business transaction. And here's the number behind that huge deal, $2 billion. Yeah, that's the kind of number that makes you sit up and pay attention. This isn't just a friendly investment. It's a massive strategic bet that one tech titan is making on another, all to supercharge the future of AI development. All right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of this $2 billion handshake, because like I said, there's a lot more going on here than just the cash. So here's the deal in a nutshell. Nvidia went out and bought $2 billion worth of stock in a company called Synopsys. And you know, this wasn't some hush-hush deal done behind closed doors. This was a loud and clear message to the entire industry that these two powerhouses are getting even closer. So this whole thing is being billed as a multi-year strategic partnership. And the core idea? It's pretty simple, actually. Take NVIDIA's insane computing power and use it to put the software tools that engineers use to design computer chips on hyperdrive. We're talking about a serious speed boost for the people building our future tech. Okay, so to really get why this is such a BFD, a big deal, you have to understand who we're talking about here. We've got two companies that might seem like they're in different worlds, but they're actually two sides of the same incredibly important coin. All right, here's a good way to think about it. NVIDIA, they're building the engines, the absolute powerhouses, the GPUs that are driving this whole AI explosion. You can't train those big AI models without them. Now, Synopsys, they're the architects. They make the incredibly sophisticated software, the blueprints, that companies use to design those very same chips in the first place. One builds the engine, the other designs it. And look, this is not some new, budding friendship. These two go way back. Jensen Huang himself said that NVIDIA was literally built on a foundation of design tools from Synopsys. So when you hear that, this $2 billion check doesn't feel like a first date. It feels more like renewing your vows after decades together and deciding to build something even bigger. It's a massive double down. So what's really behind this $2 billion bet? Well, it all comes down to a huge shift in technology. We're not just talking about making computers a little bit faster here and there. Nope. We are talking about a completely different way of thinking about computing itself. And Jensen Huang has a name for it: accelerated computing. Think about it. For ages, pretty much everything ran on your standard CPU, your central processing unit. But that's changing. We're now shifting to a whole new game where we use the unique power of GPUs, which can do a gazillion things at once, to just demolish the toughest computing jobs out there. It's like we've been driving a sedan, and now we're strapping ourselves into a rocket ship. Okay, so, designing a modern microchip, it's like trying to solve a billion-piece puzzle in a hurricane. It's insanely complex. So the big question is, how does this whole accelerated computing idea actually help? How does it make that puzzle easier to solve? Well, this is where things get really, really cool. Well, according to the CEO of Synopsys, Sassine Ghazi, the results are just mind-blowing. By taking their super complex design software and running it on NVIDIA's powerhouse platform, they can take jobs that used to take weeks and get them done in a matter of hours. I mean, just think about that. Weeks to hours. That's not just a little faster, that is a complete game changer. Right, so saving that much time is obviously incredible, but the story doesn't end there. The implications here are so much bigger. This isn't just about doing the same old thing faster. It's about being able to do things you could never even dream of before in chip design. So if you look at the official announcement, they lay out four main goals. First up, speed up Synopsys' software using NVIDIA's hardware. That's the whole weeks to hours thing we just saw. Second, they want to get into something called agentic AI, which is basically like giving chip designers a super smart AI co-pilot. Third, make these insane tools available to more people through the cloud. And finally, they're going to team up to sell these new souped-up solutions together. And this right here is the master plan. It creates this amazing, powerful feedback loop that just keeps getting better. Think about it. You use today's powerful AI running on today's Nvidia chips to speed up the Synopsys design tools. Then you use those super fast tools to design even more powerful chips. And what do you do with those new, more powerful chips? You run even smarter AI on them. And the whole cycle just starts over, getting faster and faster and faster each time. It's incredible. And that really brings us to the big, mind-bending question at the heart of all this. This whole partnership, it's not just about investing in a company. It's an investment in that incredible cycle of innovation we just talked about. It makes you wonder, what happens when the AI itself starts helping us design the very chips that make it more powerful? That right there is the $2 billion question this entire deal is trying to answer.